In this weekly 5, we want to look at the final T-TESS dimension, which is 4.4, school community involvement. And in this one, it talks about the teacher demonstrates leadership with students, colleagues, and community members in the school, district, and community through effective communication and outreach. Now, I'm going to tell you is that I think in our schools, this is one of the areas that we do one of the poorest jobs that go on. And I have a story for you here as we move into it. At one point, I had a parent in a school when I was superintendent that it was always anger when we hit each other. Sometimes I was mad at him, he was mad at me. He treated the teachers poorly, and I even at one point had to tell him that he could not come on campus unless I was there escorting him around because couldn't behave himself. He was very angry all the time, and we were very frustrated with the fact that he was basically borderline threatening people on campus. And one night I got a phone call, and I looked across there at caller ID, and it had his name on it, and I looked at my wife and said, I'm not answering that. And she, being the better half, convinced me that I would not be as enthusiastic about going to work in the morning knowing I was going to have to deal with him, so I needed to go ahead and get on the phone and talk to him. And so I did. I called up, and he was trying to figure out what was going on. He received a letter in the mail, and when he began to describe it, I realized that he had received a letter that was congratulating his daughter on winning the Wildcat Award. And with that, I told him, I said, listen, your daughter's been doing a great job and recognized by the teachers, and I want to just let you know how impressed we are with her, and we want to thank you also for everything you're doing. Now, I was kind of stretching things there at the end, but he did show up the next day. I escorted him down to the elementary principal's office, and he went in and talked to the principal. And when he left, I asked the principal, I said, how did things go? And she said, it's unbelievable. She goes, this is the best conversation I've ever had with him. She goes, I think he may be on medication now. And I tell you, overall, this illustrates how important it is. And as I've always said, is that nothing is more important to a parent than their child. And we need to be aware of that as we go forward. And you can see as we move from proficient to distinguished, it talks about systematically contacting parents and guardians regarding students' academic and social emotional growth. But this not only means when they have problems. I mean, we tend to contact when they have problems. We need to make sure that we build relationships with parents in the community long before we need it. And we do that by recognizing when their students do well. Another part on distinguishing is initiates collaborative efforts that enhance student learning and growth. So you're working with others to try to make this happen. Collaboration. And you're leading students and colleagues, families, and community members toward reaching the mission, vision, and goals of the school. So you're looking at that campus plan, you're looking at that vision, and you're helping move forward with that vision. So what do we really look for from teachers? Is that they implement a plan to contact parents. And as I said before, probably one of the most important things you can do there is build that relationship, build that foundation of trust early on by recognizing the good in students, and then it will not be as tough when you come around and have to say something less positive. You want to get parents and community members involved in the educational process to the extent possible. Make sure you're prepared when you have open house. Have things that go on that you can bring the community into. Be a big part of that process of making your campus look good, and you want to communicate well with everyone that you deal with. From an administrative end, you want to look for evidence of an ongoing plan to communicate with parents and community members. You want to look for parents who are informed of the strengths and needs of their child, a teacher who is a leader in the classroom, campus, and community, and plans that are aligned with the goals and vision of the campus. And here at UT Tyler, we want to be of assistance when we can. Let us know what we can do.